Since its establishment in 1926, the graduate school has trained more than 31,000 students, and this year is awarding 375 PhD degrees. Now, not all of them are here. I think only 225 or something. The PhD gift, which you candidates have found in your seats, is the university's newest coffee table book, Duke Blue Moments. It is given to each of you as a recognition of your contributions and on achieving this career milestone. Before we begin the hooding, I have the special honor to present the recipient of the Graduate School's Distinguished Alumni Award, which is given annually to a graduate of a Duke PhD program that has distinguished themselves in service to their fields of endeavor, to Duke, and to society in general. Our distinguished alum this year is Dr. Jane DeHart. She is known for her scholarship on women's history, an accomplishment all the more impressive considering that women's history as a field did not exist at the time she was launching her career. Born and raised in Western North Carolina, Dr. DeHart followed in her mother's footsteps and came to Duke as an undergraduate. She didn't care for history in high school, but discovered a love of it at Duke. She majored in history and won the first William T. LaPride Prize for the history department's top senior thesis. She then stayed for her PhD, completing her degree in 1967. At the time she was launching her career, female historians were a rarity. For instance, in 1970, 3 years after she earned her PhD, women made up less than 2% of the faculty in the leading history departments. And in 1975, a journal in the field published an issue featuring only articles by women authors. But because of the small number of women historians, the journal had to hold some of the essays for 2 years in order to fill the issue. Those were tough odds that Dr. DeHart faced at the outset of her career. She had married a fellow history PhD student while in grad school and moved up to Princeton, where her husband had landed a job as an assistant professor. As Dr. DeHart was finishing up her own PhD, she had promising career prospects at Rutgers, but had to pass up on that opportunity. Her husband had been offered a faculty position in the history department at UNC, and Dr. DeHart was leading a study that had to be completed in Chapel Hill, so they moved back to the Triangle. The concept of partner hires did not exist back then, and she knew that her career prospects in the area were slim. UNC's history department would not hire her because of a strict anti-nepotism rule. Another program at UNC had an opening but insisted that she was overqualified. Duke, as a rule, did not hire its own PhDs. At North Carolina State, she was told they already had a woman in the history department, and the men found her difficult to work with, so they did not want another. And at UNC Greensboro, they were reluctant to hire anyone who commuted. Despite these obstacles, Dr. DeHart built a distinguished career, beginning with the decade at UNC Greensboro, where she established the Women's Studies program. That was followed by a decade at UNC Chapel Hill, where she directed the Women's Studies program. Since 1992, she has been on the faculty at the University of California, Santa Barbara, where she is currently Professor Emerita. Dr. Hart has also worked to increase the diversity of the field through her active service for the profession. For instance, she served as chair of the American Historical Association's Committee on Women Historians. As part of her work in that role, she helped produce and publish a pamphlet demystifying various aspects of the profession for women historians. That pamphlet later morphed into a non-gender specific guide for all early career historians. Dr. DeHart's scholarship focuses on American feminist legal history and gender and political issues. She's published a number of books, and one of them won the 1991 Victoria Shuck Award from the American Political Science Association, and another is publishing its 9th edition this year. Her most recent book is a biography of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Dr. DeHart did not set out to write a biography of Ginsburg. She was studying some of the case files from Ginsburg's time as an American Civil Liberties Union litigator for a different book project. But once she started delving into the case files, Dr. DeHart became more and more drawn to Ginsberg's story. In the 15 years she spent writing the book, Dr. DeHart had to overcome obstacles like a wildfire that consumed her home and her book material, Ginsberg's reluctance to discuss her childhood, and an editor who kept pushing for the book to cover Ginsberg's next term, and the next term, and the next term. Finally, in 2018, the book was published to much praise, and it was hailed as the first full-life biography of the iconic Supreme Court Justice. It's my honor to present this year's Distinguished Alumni Award to Dr. Jane DeHart. It's heavy. It's heavy. So Alan will. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a great honor to be back, and it's a particular honor to preside in a ceremony in which those of you assembled here have performed so splendidly and acquired such an important skill set in whatever area you specialized in. I know for many of you, the end of this semester you must greet with a sense of relief, as well as a sense of accomplishment. But I hope that a sense of accomplishment is what stays with you as you move into the next stage of your life, into the jobs you will take. And I was trying to think about what things I could possibly say to you that might, in 10 minutes, that might make a difference. And I think those of you who are in the sciences with these impressive titles that I was just looking at will probably have no trouble, and much of this will seem irrelevant. But for those of you who are in the social sciences and in the humanities, which is the area that I come from, they might be more relevant. First of all, and this seems incredibly obvious, when you do get that new job, make sure you understand fully what the expectations are for you if you're going to move up the ladder. As recently as a few years ago, in one of the departments in the university in which I teach, not my own, because we, in the history department, we assign a mentor to a new hire. But a young woman did not get tenure, claimed she got conflicting advice from senior members of the department, and effectively it ended her career. So it seems oversimplified, but make sure you really know what the expectations are. And make sure you understand them. And ask questions. If there is a senior member of your department in which people seem to have particular confidence, and he or she impresses you, ask them. Don't be afraid to ask. And don't be afraid to ask people to read your work. When I was working on Ruth Bader Ginsburg's biography, one of the things, she was an extremely demanding teacher. And she used many of her students to do work which the ACLU could not hire people, did not have the funds to hire people to do, that related to the cases that she was trial that she was bringing before the Supreme Court. And when I was interviewing, as I interviewed many of her students, and one of them said, she had such high expectations, but before we handed in some piece of research on a case for her to read, we circulated it among ourselves to get criticism from each other and to make it the very best we could before we ever gave it to her. And then she would, of course, send it back with comments. And she said, we didn't always understand exactly how we fitted into the case or what we were doing at the time, but we desperately wanted to please her because we knew that the litigation she was pursuing was so very important. So I guess the lessons to draw from this is don't be afraid to ask for peer review among the people you're working with. And don't be afraid of criticism. It is the greatest gift that any scholar can bestow on another. One of the great joys of being an academic is finding people, for me particularly, I was writing about a Supreme Court justice. I had never been to law school. I had a lot of law to learn quickly and to learn, or more or less quickly. And I could not afford a mistake because I knew I had one reader who would be absolutely incensed if I had gotten something wrong. So I had a number of legal scholars who volunteered to read the manuscript. Now that's different from being asked to read something by my fellow historians for whom I can repay by reading for them. But it was the generosity that was so impressive and so much appreciated. And I would ask you to not only invite criticism, but to take it seriously. There is nothing more annoying than to read an article for a journal, write comments on what you think needs to be done to the article, and then have it show up from another journal which asks you to read it, and the person didn't take into account the initial criticism. So take it seriously. You won't always agree, but dealing with it is a learning experience, and the product is usually better. The other thing I would say is there will always be the occasional rejection. In my own field, some of the most seminal articles were rejected that have proven to be the most seminal articles were rejected when they were first submitted from multiple journals. And rejection is a part of the process. But I think you can learn to make, as my husband said to me once, lemonade out of lemons. Persist. I once had submitted an article to the signature journal in my field, the American Historical Review, and it was an important article, I thought. The editor had resigned, and there was an interim editor. And this was an article in which the first field I wrote in was really arts policy. I had written on the New Deal Federal Theater and had done a study for the Rockefeller Foundation on public subsidy of the arts and accountability, and had taken some of this material about an exhibit that the State Department had put together in the midst of the early years of the Cold War to send an art exhibit abroad because it was important to convince Europeans that Americans really were a civilized nation that took the arts seriously. And immediately there was criticism from highly conservative senators, congressmen, and as I discovered, they argued that the art was unpatriotic. It was un-American. And when I looked at the three categories of art that was so severely criticized, some of it was done by artists who had left-wing associations in the 30s and had joined left-wing groups. Some of it was art that depicted aspects of life in America that, like hunger, that were not deemed desirable by Congress because it didn't portray America at its best. And the other category was abstract art. And I had written an article and had photographs for each of these. And the interim editor of the AHA shared the view of some of the critics of the exhibit and insisted he would not have a reproduction of Jackson Pollock painting in the journal, and that therefore he could not print the article. He shared the views of some critics of abstract expressionism, and I thought, well, what do I do? So I took the letter and the article to a colleague. To a colleague in my department, and I said, what do I do? And he said, well, send the letter and send the article to a member of the editorial board and ask her for her response. And which I did, and she was rather upset by the interim editor's action. And she wrote back and she said, well, I'm on the search committee for the new editor, and he'll be coming in soon, and I will see that this decision is not the last word. So I think you do try to make lemonade out of lemons. You do persist. You persist when your research is your house burns down. And you wonder how you can, but you do. And it ultimately pays off. And I wish you a wonderful future, and one in which there are many gratifications. And I would ask you to pay it forward, to pay forward the good advice, the critical advice that you will get from members of your profession to others as you move up the ladder. Thank you. I knew that you wasn't going to stay on. Are you going to?
No, roll me out.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, Dr. DeHart. First, I would like to say congratulations to all the PhD candidates who will be honored tonight. You did it. And I also welcome your parents, other family members, spouses, partners, and friends whose support, I am confident, has helped make this achievement possible. This hooding ceremony recognizes the students who have earned the right to receive the highest scholastic degree that can be awarded by Duke University or any other American university for that matter, and that is the Doctor of Philosophy. This hooding ceremony is the first step in the process by which Duke formally awards the degree to the new doctors in philosophy. The second stage tomorrow morning is the official conferring of the degree by the president of the university at the general commencement ceremonies, which are being held at Wallace Wade Stadium. The support you received at Duke is made possible in part by students who have gone before you, alumni who have generously given back to support graduate education at Duke. So as you become part of the alumni family, and we had that hooding app, you know, on your phone, and there's a little button that says give, donate. Please consider joining this cycle of giving back. Make a small gift each year to the Graduate School Annual Fund, which directly supports summer research fellowships and other research-related activities for the students coming behind you. In fact, if you give before June 30th, your gift will go even farther because a generous donor from the Graduate School's Board of Visitors has offered to contribute $100 for each of the first gifts of $20.19 for 2019, or more, if you choose. So please help us maximize this generous gift that will be used to help support the graduate students who follow you. I offer you my sincere congratulations, and before we start officially giving you your hoods, I want you to stand up, turn around, and thank everybody, your parents, your spouses, your friends, everybody who helped get you this far. I now ask Associate Dean of the Graduate School and Associate Professor of Cell Biology, Dr. John Klingensmith, to perform the presentation of the doctoral hoods.
Thank you, Dean McLean. Degree candidates have invited their faculty advisors, their mentors, families, to participate in this ceremony, and the faculty advisors have the special honor of placing the hood over the people with whom they've worked as advisees, signifying the successful completion of their doctoral work. On pages 8 through 30 of the hooding ceremony program, you'll see the name, dissertation title, degree program, and advisor for each of this year's successful PhD degree candidates. We have 250 students getting their hoods tonight. This will take a couple of hours. We hope everyone will stay for the entirety of that and enjoy the very fine reception we have afterward. Students, accompanied by their faculty, advisors, and mentors, will be called to stand and approach the stage by departments. Then the students receiving their hoods will be named individually as they're hooded and called to the stage. Candidates will be called in the order listed by departments in the hooding ceremony program beginning on page 4. And we ask you to be aware that there's a step stool on stage for faculty members who wish to add height while performing the hooding. There will also be several photo opportunities during the hooding while shaking hands on stage and exiting down the stage to my right to receive your PhD diploma from Assistant Dean Francisco Ramos and Ms. Helene McAdams, the Graduate School's Coordinator of Student Records. Now I present to you the Duke University Graduate School's 2019 PhD candidates. Graduate Program in Religion, Diana Lynn Abernathy. Hunter Kasparian Bandy. Daniel Becerra. Kara Nicole Slade. David Andrew Smith. Marvin Eugene Wickware, Jr. Art History and Visual Studies, Nathan Foster Bullock. Emily Ann Yvonne Luce. Biochemistry, Jay Cho. Laura Robin Ganser. Javaria Najib. Biology, C. Ryan Campbell. Jennifer Marie Coughlin. Ariana Noel Ely. Nadisha Stephanie Pereira. Rachel Ann Roston. Sophia Gabriela Zabel. Biomedical Engineering, Lee Joan Atchison. Simone Ann Costa. Brian Thomas Crouch. Theodore Bratton DeBose, Jr. Raphael Bello Fricks. Eric Duggan Gibbs. Derek Shichi Ho. Vaibhav Rajesh Kakad. Songhoon Kim. Megan Elizabeth Kondash. Christopher T. Lamb. Yanzhen Lee. Shannon Kathleen O'Connor. Stephen Daniel Roberts. Jeffrey Lawrence Shaw. Sharnali Sengupta. Vivek Anand Subramanian. Nicholas C. Tang. Christian Blake Veland. Rohan Sham Virginkar. Alan Shiping Yin. Alan Wei Yu. Yang Zhao. Biostatistics, Fan Li. Business Administration, Arian Aflaki. Hana Choi. Levi Benjamin DeValve. Catherine Margaret Dew. Kevin Kai Du. Andrew Edward Frizzell. Robert Waymeyer Hills. Jae-yoon Kim. Juwon Kim. Zhenhuan Lei. Yoonki Mai. Sajad Modaresi. Taerog Oh. Cui Hao Yan. Cell Biology, Victoria Denica. Win. Chemistry, Junu Tyler Bay. Paige Elizabeth Daniel. Brian Winston Langloss. Megan Francis Lawler. Shui Chen Lucy Lee. He Meng. Tri Fan Min Win. Felix O. Nwagbo. Harry Park. Christopher Reyes. Jin Yu. Lianjun Zheng. Civil and Environmental Engineering, Sarah Benetti. William Austin Gerard. Caroline K. Johnson Barkjohn. Yingjae Liu. Lauren Elizabeth Lee Lohman. Classical Studies, Melissa Ann Huber. David William Frierson Stifler. Computational Biology and Bioinformatics, Anna Ulrika Lovegard. Justin David Silverman. Computer Science, Ilker Nadi Boskert. Abhishek Kumar Dubey. Brandon Thomas Fain. Rupert Charles Freeman. Samuel Mitchell Haney. Shi He. Prajakta Kalmeg. Nathaniel Brian Kell. Mayuresh Prakash Kunjir. Pulkrit Abhikanandan Mishra. Abhinandan Nath. Nisarg Raval. Ergis Ristani. Cultural Anthropology, Jerry William Hammond. Alyssa Marie Miller. Earth and Ocean Sciences, Andrew John Kondash. Wei Yi Tong. Seaver Wang. University Program in Ecology, Rebecca Marjorie Dalton. Ryan Marshall Huang. Economics, Yilin Jiang. Kate Maxwell Cagle. Gabor Nieki. Thomas Harrison Polly. Francisco Javier Romero Hawker. Munka Wong. Laurel Elizabeth Wheeler. Electrical and Computer Engineering, Ahsan Abadi. Hassan Fahad Al-Balawi. Clinton Terry Cahall. Nicholas William Kyra. Jillian Marie Clements. David Scott Cocarelli. Yuan Feng. Mu He. Yun Yun Hu. Shuchuan Huang. Zichuang Huang. Mohammed Ibrahim. Shi Jin. Abhishek Canero. Tamara Silbergleit Lehman. Kedar Sriram Prabhu Desai. Anish Kumar Simhal. Harish Vasudev Sukwani. James Owen Thostenson. Andrew Hofer Young. Chiwei John. English, Keita Douglas. Grace Elizabeth Hammond. Lindsay Michelle Larry. Patrick Thomas Morgan. Michelle Christine Sroka. Philip Stillman. Environment, Casey Dale Lindberg. Yanlan Liu. Allison Liberty Phillips. Environmental Policy, Danielle Marie Purifoy. Stephanie Francis Stefanski. Evolutionary Anthropology, Caroline Rusk Amoroso. Randy Hisu Griffin. University Program in Genetics and Genomics, John Gang Cho. Chen Kwang Cornelia Ding. Use the mic. Monica Gutierrez. Rebecca Whitehurst Kaplan. Michael John Landowski. Jonathan Robert Motley. Caitlin Ann Walzer. History, Eladio Benjamin Bobadilla. Megan Farish Cashwell. Mandy Lee Cooper. Caroline Amy Garriott. William Dixon Goldsmith. Jessica Eileen Mary Malatoris. David Tyroller Romine. Immunology, Elizabeth Ann Robbins. Literature, Corinne Blaylock. Chase Paulina Gregory. Jessica Eslin Issacharoff. Laura Jaramillo. Michael Gabriel Swaha. Marine Science and Conservation, Bradford Andrew Dubick. Mathematics, Gavin Colin Francis Ball. Erin Melissa Beckman. Michael Patrick Casey. Ryan Lee Gunderson. Ron Huo. Chester Leon. Weifan Liu. Rebo Ma. Ashley Linnea Thomas. Brendan Daniel Williamson. Jiren Shu. Mechanical Engineering and Materials Science, Reza Kadai Mayer. Victoria Chigobo Neji. Corey Osis. Dane Sequeira. Ting Song. Maurizio Villa. Ihao Zhou. Medical Physics, Yingxuan Chen. Kyle John Lafata. Marthany Robbins. Saquan Yoon. Lei Zhang. Molecular Cancer Biology, Christine Nicole Daniels. Ranjay Jayadev. Lifang Yuan. Molecular Genetics and Microbiology, Mohammed Arafusaman. Pohan Chen. Sarah Louise Jaslow. Helen Lai. Shannon Michelle McNulty. Caitlin Cynthia Murdoch. Kayla Michelle Pianalto. Dora Posfai. Allison Elizabeth Roeder. Ross William Walton. Music, Jan Wagner Ferreira de Mello Pinto. Imani Danielle Mosley. Neurobiology, Brianna Marie Calmetta. Stephen Alexander Marinero. Xiaoyang Yao. Nursing, Dominique Kamesha Bolgin. Zhao Ni. Ashley Jones Vance. Pharmacology, Mengyang Chang. Nathaniel Wesley Mabe. Philosophy, Lauren Michelle Bunch. Lok Chi Chan. Paul Henney. Physics, Agil Abed Zadeh. Matthew Berg Epland. John Scott Moreland. Ming So Wei. Political Science, Eric Y. Hong Cheng. Noah Josepha Kana'an. Trong An T. Do. Patrick Vincent Howell. David Raymond Carney. An Kwok Lei. Victoria Paniagua. Bailey Catherine Sanders. Juan Fernando Tellez. Caitlin May Webster. Psychology and Neuroscience, Caitlin Marie Fang. Eleanor Kathleen Hanna. Lori Ann Keeling. Natasha Parikh. Michelle Lanford Patel. Marcus A. Rodriguez. Stephanie Jo Santasteven Sweat. Jessica Lynn West. Public Policy, Rebecca Lillian Lehrman. Adebola Ibuwumi Olayinka. Emma Zhang. Romance Studies, Sylvia Margarita Serrano Valdivieso. Katarzyna Stempniak. Ana Ugarte. Sociology, Nicholas John Bloom. Simon G. Brower. Joshua Robert Bruce. Leslie Ford. Jaemin Lee. Marcus Larson Mann. Bethany Janice Young. Statistical Science, Alanrawaju Michael Akande. Lindsay Rebecca Berry. Jacob Ryan Coleman. Elizabeth Catherine Lorenzi. Yi Li Fuang Wen. And Abbas M. Zaidi. In addition to the 250 PhD candidates hooded here tonight, another 125 were unable to be with us. Many graduated in September or December and have begun their jobs all over the country and the world. Let's celebrate all of this year's degree candidates and the patience and support they've received from their friends and family, their dissertation committees, and their faculty advisors. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you all for joining us this evening, families, friends, spouses, relatives who supported these candidates throughout the graduate study. Members of the graduate school staff, I want to especially thank because they're the ones that make this event possible. And a special thank you to Dean Looney and her team in Graduate Student Affairs, and especially for Senior Program Coordinator Sandra Ponzi, who led the coordination of this event. Before we all join the wonderful reception that has been prepared, I have several announcements. Duke University's commencement ceremony will take place, rain or shine, at Brooks Field at Wallace Wade Stadium tomorrow, Sunday, May 12th. Gates will open at 7 a.m. All candidates for degrees should be in line no later than 8:15. The procession of candidates will begin at 9 a.m. and the ceremony will begin at 9:30. We've arranged a special reception for you, and we want you to be comfortable with your guest. So you may enter the main reception area by either exiting the rear doors here and going straight into the reception area, or the side doors to the left and heading down to the reception area. Seating is available, but seating is available here in the ceremony space, in the reception area, in the satellite viewing room off the main hallway. We will have a DJ, dessert, and a photo booth. There is also a cash bar sponsored by the Convention Center, not the graduate school. Take advantage of using the Duke 2019 ice sculpture in the main hallway for photos. And when posting to social media, remember to use hashtag Duke PhD 2019. One final request. Please take your water bottles and other recyclable items with you and discard them in the bins that you will see as you exit. Thank you and congratulations again. And please join us now for the reception.